Have you ever met people in your life that every time you have a conversation with them, you feel drained? Like no matter how much effort you put into the conversation, you always end up feeling that something wasn't right. You feel sidelined, insecure, disregarded, and you find yourself playing that same conversation over and over in your head. Well, all narcissists communicate the same way. They have a very specific pattern in how they talk. What they're saying might be different, but every narcissist, when you're talking to them, has the same goal in mind: to make themselves feel superior to you. They want to be the center of attention. When you're talking to them, they don't listen. They just wait for their turn to speak. Here's 5 clues that will give you the edge over the narcissist and teach you how to immediately recognize their toxic narcissism so you can end it before it starts. Number 1, they dominate conversations. A narcissist loves to hear themselves talk. They're obsessed with themselves. When you are talking to them, they're supposed to be the main topic, and everybody should listen to them. They want all the praise, all the pity, and all the attention. When it's your turn to speak, they'll seem uninterested, interrupt you, and cut your story short and take over the conversation so that you never had time to finish what you were saying. You always feel sidelined. Now, here's what you can do about it. If you start to feel like the conversation is being hijacked and you're being sidelined, then you can directly ask them, would you like to hear my opinion on it? Would you like to know how I feel about it? Put this question right in their face. When you ask them, they'll be cornered and they'll have to give you an answer. If they say yes, then you can go ahead and start expressing yourself. If they say no or make an excuse, then it shows you their true intentions and it gives you a way to get out of that conversation. Number 2, you hesitate to share good or bad news with them. If you share with them your victories, they'll play it down and try to act like it wasn't a big deal. If you share your losses, then they will immediately point it out and enjoy it. And they will use it as a way to show you your mistakes and that they're better than you. So you're always thinking twice before you tell them anything. The fix for this is simple. If anyone has repeatedly made you feel insecure after you've told them anything personal, then just stop telling them. Whether it's your good times or bad, stop including them. They're not invited. Number 3, they can't handle criticism. The narcissist will love to share their sob stories just to get attention and pity. But the minute you point out their flaws and tell them how they can improve, they're going to get very aggressive. They won't even let you finish talking. They'll dismiss you and tell you that you don't understand. It was never their fault. They'll just blame it on their friends, partner, or family, or just plain bad luck. They'll blame anyone but themselves. Here's the fix to this. If you directly call them out on their behavior, then they'll get triggered. But if you stand your ground and remain unaffected, then they'll know that you are not someone to be taken lightly. The narcissist will then keep distance from you and not try to mess with you or push you around. Number 4, the narcissist will start giving you advice that you never asked for. Every time you talk with them, they'll act like they're more experienced and wiser than you. They'll point out your flaws, tell you what things you're doing wrong, and tell you should do things just like them. They'll talk like they've accomplished great things, but they haven't done shit. They just talk. Even if you listen to them, their advice seems misleading and does more harm than good. Here's the fix for this. When the narcissist gives you advice, it's not because they want to help you. It's to make them feel superior to you. It satisfies their ego. So ask yourself, does this advice feel helpful? Does this person actually want what's best for me? Or are they just here to preach? Understand their true intentions and just decide. Number 5, they radiate fakeness. Every time you talk to them, you can feel something's off. If you've been dealing with a narcissist for a long time, then this will come as natural to you. You can tell when someone's energy is toxic. Their narcissism is leaking all over the place. They can't disguise it, not with you. Watch out for the subtle changes. Trust your gut feeling. If you keep feeling uncomfortable when you're talking to that person, then you should probably avoid them. Energy does not lie. Maintain a high standard of the people that you surround yourself with and talk to. If they're costing you your peace, then they don't deserve to be in your life. If you are someone who's been through a narcissistic breakup or you're struggling to heal from the trauma after a narcissistic relationship, then comment entity below and I'll reach out to you and you can apply for a call to heal from the trauma, heal from what you've been through and completely transform your life.